logotherapy. Logo is a Greek word for meaning. It's a formula for meaning. And in that, it starts off with create a work or do a deed. And in this, it gives yourself a reason. It helps you find meaning, especially if you're not in touch with your purpose or any kind of meaning. So creating a work or doing a deed helps you to step outside of yourself and gives you a reason to get up in the morning. The second note that he mentioned was to experience something or love someone or something fully, something that you share with somebody. Love is something that when you encounter something more with love, then it pulls you out of yourself and gets you more in tune with the world, and your world becomes larger. The third note to his formula of meaning, to have the ability to choose a perspective towards any set of circumstances, including challenges and suffering. That in itself is something that's difficult for a lot of people. It's difficult for myself. When I lost my mom, I had to take a tragedy and somehow make it meaningful, create something from ashes, the ashes of a tragedy. That in itself was something that shows us that no matter what happens, we can somehow be redeemed through it. So the pursuit of life has many obstacles, challenges, and it's going to continue. And the only thing that we can do as a human being is understand it and actually grow a lens of perspective. And what I mean by that is this lens of perspective that we see and encounter any kind of challenge through this lens, then we're able to look at it a different way. What once used to maybe tear us apart and cripple us, through a different lens, through this perspective lens, you're able to see the good in something. How they say that sometimes the blessings are in disguise, and this perspective lens it allows you to see that, and it also allows you to be optimistic. The glass is half full and not empty. That is a perspective, and owning perspective and having that lens polished and always clear of any debris or any kind of fingerprints or anything, that in itself has helped me propel myself to heights I never even thought I would be. I've become a whole brand new person. Of course, I still have my flaws, but my flaws I still see through perspective, so therefore they are small encounters that are dealt with much faster. What I first started to do was to hold myself accountable. So now everything that I face, I hold it through that lens of perspective, and it helps me make better choices and understand and have empathy and understand from a different point of view other than my own. This is something that I've been developing and exploring and experiencing myself, and something that I just became aware of within the last 3 years because of tragedy and different things that have occurred in my life that forced me to get out of my comfort zone and to force me to look at life in a different perspective. And I was able to evaluate myself and just really analyze my entire being. And in that, I grew emotional intelligence and knew that people that would run into me in the street that I hadn't seen in years would probably think that I'm the same person I was, and hold me accountable for things that I did and bad relationships and things of hurting. And I admit that because it's one of those things in my life that was a byproduct of not having meaning in life and not having accountability. And in that, I was really messy. And I realize now that I just lived lifeless. I had no direction, I had no meaning. So therefore, love, relationships, people that tried to do good for me, they were hurt because I was hurt. And I was hurt because I didn't take accountability. And if I would have taken accountability, I would have had a perspective that would have all not worked the way it did. But I have no regrets in life. You can't hold yourself accountable if you didn't have the mindset. Now, moving forward, I hold myself accountable now. Instead of trying to do the right, do the wrongs, all you can do is move forward and push forward and live with meaning and allow God, the universe, to heal. It's not up to you when that happens. Loving yourself has nothing to do with putting yourself above everybody and everything, in a sense that hurting other people in the process. Loving yourself is knowing yourself so deeply that you allow yourself that growth and that time and the space that it needs to exist within yourself. And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, it's a whole different thing to wake up in the morning and you can either fight in this life, or you can lay down and play dead. And again, most of my life I've been laying down and playing dead. And anyhow, I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I just encourage you all to look within and to find meaning in your own lives and enjoy.